Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you. Today we are setting up my 2026 Hobonichi Weeks. Now, this is my first year in the weeks, and I am using my weeks as a health and fitness tracker. And the reason I decided to do this, I've never been a multiple planner kind of girl, but I was diagnosed with cancer this year. And I am using the weeks to replace these two notebooks because I can keep everything in one place. So when I was diagnosed, I started this notebook. I called it my under deconstruction notebook. And it has definitely seen better days. So this is literally where I just went in and took tons and tons of notes, wrote questions for doctor's visits and stuff. Then this I was using to track my fitness because I knew I needed to do it. And I started in August, which was right after chemo, and there wasn't a lot to track. And then September, and then I decided I thought I might want to use the weeks. So I set it up in a weeks style fashion to see if I would use it throughout October and November. And I used it all of October religiously. So I decided to go ahead and get the weeks. I'm going to leave this out to the side for referencing. Now, the weeks that I got was this cute cat one, and I know my ring light puts a big glare on it, but I took the cover off and it still has a glare. So we're just going to keep that on. I showed this in my Hobonichi unboxing. I'll link that video below if anybody wants to watch it. But this planner I love. I think it is so cute and adorable. And I love this cute metallic pink 2026 on the side. Now, like I said, I just got the Hobonichi clear plastic cover to go on it because I mess things up. And I know I will mess this one up too. So that's why I got it. Now, this right here is just the little card that came inside the planner that talks about the designer and everything. I thought it was cute and there was a pocket here. So we're just going to stick that in there because it makes me happy. And then in the back, I have the tiny icon stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. that I use for my habit tracker. And really, this planner is not going to have a lot of stickers in it. Now, granted, I totally reserve the right to change my mind on that. But right now, this is really just supposed to be functional. My other planner is functional and I do use stickers in it, but this needs to be functional in a way that is so easy to grab and write stuff in, and I don't need to feel pressure to make it pretty or anything. It's just my go-to, make it work health and fitness tracker. So let's look at how I'm using it. Now, I did set a lot of this up prior to filming this because I'm sorry, you don't need to watch me put all these tabs on. And yes, I did mess it up. You can see there's a gap there and there's not on any of these. Happens every year. Not worried about it. So let's start with page 1 here. Now, ordinarily, I would use this page to track my period. I've always used the calendar to track my cycle, and I just use a little dot marker or a highlighter or whatever to highlight the first and last day of my period. However, literally 2 weeks ago, I had an oophorectomy, and I will not be having a period anymore, so there is nothing there to track. I may use it to track travel. I'm not sure. We shall see. But yeah, not sure here. 2025, normally we travel 4 to 5 times a year. And I was diagnosed with cancer in January, had a double mastectomy in April, started chemo in May, had chemo May, June, and July. August and September, we were in survival mode. And then I was started on a medication to prevent recurrence of cancer, which I was allergic to. So I had an oophorectomy in November so that I can be put on a different medication to prevent the recurrence of cancer. And that's where we are. And can I just say how elated I am? I'm going to be traveling the end of December. So I really do hope to travel more in 2026 because we always travel 4 to 5 times a year. And this year, yeah, it was a stay-at-home survival mode kind of year. Now, this page. I know I have seen tons of people use this to track their steps. That's not how I'm using it. I am using it to track my weight. I get on the scale every single day. And this is not because like I'm super neurotic about my weight or anything. There is a reason. I've had lymph nodes removed, and that raises my risk for lymphedema. And by weighing myself every day, if I see a huge jump in the scale from one day to the next, it means I should really kind of keep an eye out and start doing some lymphatic drainage work to try to prevent lymphedema from happening. Now, that said, there are other things that can make your weight jump: alcohol and salt, at least for me. We eat pretty healthy. I don't eat a lot of salt. We cook our own food. I eat lots of veggies. So, literally having a glass of wine or a beer, or eating something with a lot of salt on it, aka anything you eat out, whether it be fine dining restaurant or fast food, it's going to have a lot of salt. So, I have those there so that if I weigh in and I notice that I've gained 5 pounds overnight, because yes, having alcohol or any sort of dining out meal can do that to my body. I will go ahead and note it so that it's not a huge surprise. But if it happens and I haven't had any alcohol or salt, then that is something we can start watching for trends. So that's how I'm planning to use this page. Now, December here, I already have set up because December is just around the corner. I'm filming this the night before Thanksgiving. Which is why we're dealing with the ring light and some glare, because it's night, it's dark in here, and the overhead is just not enough. I will probably use some washi in here just because it makes me happy, but we're not going sticker happy. So I just have this Christmassy piece of washi and this little strip here just marking when I'm out of town. So I want to keep this really simple and really health and fitness focused. So all of these kind of blue teal appointments are doctor's appointments. And I told you, I have a lot of doctor's appointments. And these pink ones are workouts with my personal trainer. So you can see I start back with my personal trainer on Tuesday of next week. I haven't been able to work with her after my surgery, but I'm released to work out again starting next Tuesday, and we're going to start. And then I have a doctor's appointment with my oncologist on Thursday. Normally I would see her on Thursday, but I don't have her in yet because I'm going to try to get her moved to Saturday because of other things happening this day. I have a nerve test on Tuesday. I see my breast surgeon on the 11th for my 6-month follow-up. I see my therapist. Then I see the dietitian, my regular dentist appointment. Then I go to the neurologist to review the results of the nerve test. And then rheumatologist over here because, fun fact, just when I thought I was done with getting doctors, my ANA came back positive. So my anti-nuclear antibodies test, which could be autoimmune. It could be an autoimmune issue. It could also be a false positive. So we're going to the rheumatologist to check on that. Now let's go over to my weekly spread and how I'm going to use it. Once again, I have just a little bit of washi to make it pretty because it makes me happy. Habit tracker here. These are habits that I am tracking right now. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about this. So I'm using these to write in appointments. So there's my trainer, there's my oncologist. This little strip down here, this is going to be to track my energy levels because my energy levels have been all over the place post chemo. And you can see this is what I was doing here. I was tracking my steps here too. So I've got the energy levels, so a couple of high energy, medium, and then a couple of low energy days down here. So this just kind of gives me an idea of how things are happening. And then I can make notes next to it. So low energy, well, I got 3 different vaccines that day. And then I put feeling crappy after vaccines. So I can just go ahead and make little notes in here too to track how I'm doing. I'll probably put like the steps down in the corner if that's something I decide to track, but I'm not drawing a separate line for it. Now, this box is for whether or not I hit my nutrition goals. I'm working with a dietitian to try to get my body healthy again, and we set nutrition goals. So right now, my nutrition goal is to eat 110 grams of protein a day because post chemo, my body is not absorbing protein like it should. So I have to get even more protein. So this will be for me to track my protein for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Now let's go over here. Habit trackers. I'm tracking whether or not I took my medicine. I take a lot of medicine now, and sometimes I get bitter about it and don't want to take it. And just having to check it off makes me take it. So that's what works for me. I don't know why I get bitter about having to take it. It's what I need to help my body after it's been through the battle with cancer. But I have issues. I have a therapist for that reason. You saw I have therapy next week. Um, Meals. So this is to track whether or not I hit my nutrition goal. So whatever I'm tracking over here, did I hit it? That'll give me a checkbox there. Whether or not I worked out. So working out with my trainer or just going for a walk or whatever worked for my body. Did I work out? And I do not have any intention of having 7 checkboxes here. 3 to 5 and I'm happy. I'm just moving my body to feel good. The little computer is for learning. I am an avid learner, and a lot of stuff took the back burner this year, including my study of Spanish. And I haven't properly practiced my Spanish probably all year, like here or there a little bit. So I really want to strive towards fluency in Spanish. I like to say I speak a little, so yo hablo español un poco, pero mi español no es mejor. I speak a little Spanish, it's not that great. And then reading. I love to read. It relaxes me. And when I get stressed, it's the first thing I put on the back burner. So by tracking whether or not I read, I have the Fable app, and I know you can track it in there. But if I'm not reading, I'm also not pulling out my phone to look at the Fable app. So I am just logging it here. And then finally, M, meditation. My therapist wants me meditating every day to try to keep my stress level down. I'm not talking about sitting down for a 20-minute meditation. My therapist words are 1 minute. Give it 1 minute. Just do 1 minute of deep breathing, 1 minute of meditation. So that's where we're starting. That's what we're going with. And then this section down here, I will use to take notes. So like over here, I just made a few notes about I was able to do ball squats without it hurting. That was awesome. Or here, I walked the furthest and the fastest I walked since chemo. It was hard, but it feels good. So I was starting to kind of anything like that, we start tracking. Okay, now let's move on to the back of it, the notes section. And this is what I was excited about in this, is having this note section. So to start off, I have a cleaning tracker, and I drew clean in here with this gorgeous color, and then I found these bubble stickers I wanted to use, and they don't match at all. So my brain instantly goes, you should have used a lighter blue Sharpie, or not Sharpie, Tombow to do this. But you know what? I didn't care, and I wanted the bubble stickers, so I put them on there. Now, this is not my own idea. This idea I saw Helen at the Coffee Monsters Co. do when she set up hers, and I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I stole it. This is not cleaning the house like every week. This is cleaning things that don't get cleaned all the time. As far as cleaning the house every week, I do a daily tidy every evening before bed. There's this great book called the How to Keep House While Drowning, I think is what it's called. I'll link it in the description because it is an amazing book. And it's super short and easy to read. And we do what we call closing duties at night. We got that from that book. And I just go through and I get the kitchen clean and I do, quick tidy. I'll do a vacuum on the weekend. And then I have a housekeeper who comes in and like really cleans my house twice a month. So this, after that long explanation that you didn't need, are things that we don't clean all the time. So like the washing machine, the dishwasher. I put my sunroom, and I don't mean like cleaning the room itself. I mean like getting down and washing the baseboards and like cleaning the windows and stuff in it. cleaning out the garage, my closet, my drawers, changing the air filter, cleaning out the dryer vent. Now, I am not going to clean my washing machine every month. It's just not going to happen. I don't know that it needs to be cleaned every month, but it does need to be cleaned. We have hard water. Same with the dishwasher. So what I've got here are the 12 months, and I can put a little X next to when I cleaned it. That way, when I go to look, I know how long it's been since it's been cleaned. Over here, I am tracking my blood work. Like I said, I'm a cancer survivor. That comes with lots of doctor's appointments and lots of blood draws. So these are the basic things that I am tracking. I left room because there may be more blood tests, especially depending on the results of my appointment with the rheumatologist. So I've got this here where I can put the date and then the numbers. This only has 7 though, and I know good and well that I may very likely have more than 7 blood draws this year. So I left 2 more pages for blood work just in case. And if I don't use those, oh, I'll be the happiest person in the world. Then over here, my self-care toolkit. Now I haven't filled this out yet, but I'm really good at taking care of everybody else and not taking care of myself. So the point of this is to give me quick and easy wins that take care of me, like read 1 page of a book or take 5 deep breaths, little things like that, so that when I'm really stressed and I don't know what to do, I can just turn to this page and look at things that make me happy that I can do for self-care. And then the rest of these pages I'm going to use for my doctor's appointments. Just like I used this book where I would, write the date of the doctor's appointment, what doctor I was seeing, all the questions I have, all the answers they give. So yeah, that's what this is going to be for. Now let's turn to the last few pages. I don't know that I'm going to use this. I don't know how I'm going to use it. So yeah, might not get used. Now the My 100, I literally have never used before. And this year I think I'm going to try it, and I'm going to use it for things to try. I do not have to have 100, but anything that I decide I want to try out, I'm going to put here, whether it be a new wine or a new recipe or a new workout. I'm just going to add it in here as I think about it, and then there's a little box I can check it off after I tried it. And who knows, if I have something that I really, really love, maybe I'll come over and put on the favorites. Probably not, though. Who are we kidding? This memory section, I may try to use, but I'm not sure yet. So we're just going to leave that there. And then finally, here, the 365-day checkoff. Also never used that before, but I'm going to use it this year to track my diet. Now, when I say my diet, once again, I'm not talking about like some fad diet that I'm on. I'm talking about the dietary and nutritional goals that I set with my dietitian. Right now it's protein. This starts January 1st. It may still be protein, or it may be something completely different at that point. So whatever nutritional goal we have set, did I meet it that day? And I'm going to go ahead and color it in this way. And that is how I plan on using my Hobonichi Weeks this year. So now I want you to tell me, are you using a Weeks? Are you using a cousin? Are you using something completely different? How are you using different spreads? I would love to hear about it in the comments because I love to know what other people are doing. And I have actually a planner Discord channel. If you want to come join me over there to share planner spreads and stuff, I would be happy to have you. Totally free, no charge, no upsell, nothing, just a community for all of us. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, peace out.